Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Motivationalee. This channel is intended to create an impact, inspire you guys, and motivate. And of course, today, are you still dreaming of being a medical practitioner here in Australia? Anything is possible. So calling all doctors out there, offshore or onshore, please join us today and learn something about our discussions today about becoming a medical practitioner here in Australia. And this afternoon, guys, here in Melbourne, it's a beautiful day. I am being joined by two lovely people who knows about this, pathway and how to become or how to practice, becoming a doctor here in Australia. And without further ado, I would like you to meet these two lovely people. Gentleman here, Mr. Alan Roberts. Mr. Alan Roberts is the managing director or of the I hope I can pronounce this ARIMGSAS, and it stands for Alan Roberts International Medical Graduate Support and Advisory Services. Good afternoon, Alan. How's it going?
Hi, Lee. How are you? Good afternoon to you too.
I'm good. Nice to see you. And thank you so much for your time. I know you're always busy, but thank you for this precious time that you have shared with me and with us globally, with all our global friends and viewers as well. And good. And apart from Alan, someone is here as well to join us. She's already a practicing doctor in ED medical officer too. Her name, obviously, none other than Tatiana Yap Rivera. Thank God I pronounced your name right. Tatiana, hello. How's it going?
Hello, Lee. I'm good. Thank you for having me. Hello, Alan.
Hi, Tatiana. How are you?
Good.
It's nice. It's nice to see you both. Well, you know what? Before we start about rolling, I think a lot of people right now who are tuning in with us would like to get to know you better. A brief background about yourself, please. Maybe we can start with Tatiana. Thank you so much. And then we'll proceed to Alan. Thank you. Take it away.
My name is Tatiana. I migrated here about 3 years ago. I'm now working as an ED hospital medical officer to a Latrobe Regional Hospital. I studied my clinical course at Alan Roberts last 2019 and passed my clinical at the end of that year.
Beautiful. Good to know that. Thank you, Tatiana. Well done. Are you having a beautiful time here in Melbourne? Do you love Melbourne or Australia in general?
Yes, absolutely. It's very rewarding. There were a lot of challenges, but living here, working here, it's very rewarding.
That's good. Good to know that. And of course, the people here in Australia are very friendly as well, very approachable, aren't they? Thanks, Tatiana. I'll get back to you in a second. We'll move on to Alan Roberts. Alan, take it away. Let them get to know you better.
All right. Well, I've been doing running programs for overseas doctors for more than 30 years, actually. Been running these training programs for the doctors that need to pass the exam so they can practice here in Australia. And also I worked for about 10 years at the University of Melbourne, working in the Department of Medicine and Health Sciences, dealing with 5th and 6th year medical students. The work I do with them is mainly on the wards and also lectures to the cohort of students. And the things I deal with them is in relation to things like dealing with the sick patient, dealing with the aggressive patient, dealing with the patient who won't talk, dealing with the patient who talks too much, all of that sort of thing. And my training is psychology, not medicine. So I've been, it just happened that I was working at a university and just fell into doing this work with overseas doctors, and then it just became bigger and bigger and bigger. And then,
lucky you.
Yeah, I feel that
Good
too. I
know.
feel that I'm lucky to, it's a really privileged position to be able to help these people, but I feel that they help me and everyone around us just as much.
Yeah. Good. Thank you for that, Alan. And I'm sure you're such a blessing to each one of them right now. And looking back, they would say, like, without Alan, they won't be able to continue their, to pursue their dreams of becoming a medical practitioner here in Australia, right? So thanks for that, Alan, for opening the pathway for each one of them. Lovely. Now, Alan, I just want to check out with you with the ARIM sorry,
Yes.
ARIMGSAS. It's quite
Yes.
long for me. What is like, can I just say, Alan Roberts International Medical Graduate Support and Advisory Services? Got it, right? So what's
Sure.
the mission? What's your mission and vision in this company?
I think probably when I think about it, it's probably more like social work, where it's just supporting overseas doctors in courses, in workshops, in organising observerships, in hospitals, helping them with their job pathways. So the ultimate aim is to support all of the people that come through our organisation to start working. You know, they'll prepare for the courses, which our pass rate is very good. And many hospitals look for doctors who have done our program because they know that they understand what the Australian healthcare system's about if they've done our course. So they're more likely to take someone who's done the course because it saves the hospital doing such an intensive orientation program when they start the hospital, because they know that they understand what's going on before they actually hit the hospital.
Good.
Plus, it also helps them with passing these exams. They're quite difficult exams. They're expensive exams. And, you know, and it's so easy to get lost and not know where to go, not know which books to prepare with, what are the particular things that happen here in Australia that you need to know to be prepared for this exam. So by being involved with us, I think we cut down the time that people might sort of flounder in, not knowing where to go, who to talk to, how to apply for certain things, and it can be, you know, it can save lots and lots of time, and also it gives people a lot of support when they're going through these exams. You know, I see lots of people have they're under pressure. They're under pressure financially. They're under pressure because they need to pass exams. Often they're married. Often they've got kids. Often they've got all sorts of other responsibilities, and they really need. I mean, I'm here to help support people, but when they're in a group, they've got all the other doctors that are in that group to help them as well, where they support each other, they look after each other, where they form study groups, they do role plays, they do all sorts of things with them. So I would say our mission statement is more like a social work type of thing.
Good to know that. Good to hear that, Alan. I can feel that passion there as well, not just a mission, but it's like really a vocation for you as well. Thank you. And for the team, thank you really so much for, establishing this kind of company or institution that could help, especially overseas, doctors as well, to enable them to practice their experience as their expertise in being a medical practitioner. Thank you so much for that. And before I ask Tatiana, is there anything else, Alan, that you want to expound on something? You want to add some more?
Only that I also get a big thrill out of seeing people like Tatiana, you going from being someone who's unemployed to someone who then starts in a really professional career. And, you know, in all the time I've been involved now, I've got 3 that have gone on to be professors, many consultants, and many general practitioners and fellow general practitioners. And it's just wonderful to see these people achieve these, you know, their whole life. That makes such a big change. Yeah. And it's just, it's so rewarding to see.
Yeah, it is rewarding.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Alan. And Tatiana, hearing that from Alan, is very proud of you for what you have achieved as well. Could you also tell us your experience, your journey itself, maybe in a brief way of like expounding it to us, inspiring other people as well right now who's tuning in with us, please.
Yes. So before I answer that question, yeah, I can attest to what Alan said. Even after the course, you can contact Alan, you can email them, and they will definitely reply. It took me 1 year after I passed my clinicals to find a job, and whenever I ask Alan or ARIMGSAS or Kush there for help, they always call me back. They always reply with an email, so they will never leave you even after the course is finished already. To answer your question, so I graduated medicine from FEU in the Philippines 2016. I finished my internship at Makati Medical Center 2017 and passed the boards that same year.
Mhm.
Um, I came to Australia because my partner was here, and I didn't know anything about the challenges that I will face here to be a doctor. In the Philippines, it was, I think, relatively, if you study well enough, you know that you're going to be a doctor.
Mhm.
So here, there are three examinations to pass to become a medical doctor: one written examination, AMC MCQ, one English exam, and AMC clinical examinations.
Mhm.
So, all in all, it took me 3 years or maybe 2.5 years to complete all of these examinations.
Wow.
For each one, especially the AMC related ones, it took me 3 months to study full time. Um,
Wow.
yeah, and the challenge is there are different challenges. Primarily, the uncertainty of living and working in another country, which is very daunting. And to be realistic, sometimes it can be very depressing. You have to learn a new culture, embrace it, and because now you live here. Another challenge is that the process is costly. Um, you're going to pay for examinations without the certainty that you will pass them. Um, and time as well, like what Alan said, having the course saves you time. Having the course saves you time on looking for information because they help you out with information. So at the back of your head, you're always conscious of the time spent. Oh, it's already been 2 years. Like my colleagues in the Philippines, they're already specialists, and here I'm still reviewing. But try your best not to compare, because at the end of the day, after you've finished all the examinations, after you've got your first job, it is really very rewarding. And I cannot it having that first job offer really changes your life, and it is not an impossible feat. There can be many challenges. You just need to be patient, you need a lot of support, but when you get there, it's really very rewarding. And yeah, it's I like it, very happy, very content.
I love that. And I love that attitude, Tatiana, that, as you never gave up and you're also thinking of like, why should I compare myself to others? Obviously we're all unique individuals. We all have different capabilities and, opportunities in life as well. And the good thing about you, just focus on your vision, and which is really a good attitude to embrace as well. And if we continue to compare ourselves to others, that would also create self-doubt, frustrations, and all that. And self-doubt can kill your dreams more than failing, right? So that's good, Tatiana, that you've shared that today. Now there's a question here, Tatiana.
Sure.
In the exam, hang on, let me just read. I'll just interpret this because I was also Filipino here asking from overseas. Now, in all the exams that you've went through, right? Because I believe during my time, I've been away for like more than 20, almost 25 years, I believe. So it's more objective back home, right? And in here, there's objective and subjective. Like there's verbal thing, just like in a uni, they have essays and essays and essays and essays, right? And
Mhm.
what was the hardest part of the exam that you struggled? Not really struggled, but it seems like I'm a doctor in the Philippines. I'm really intelligent, but why am I having this kind of like feeling that it's kind of hard? Which part of the exam do you think?
I understand. I understand the question. This is a question that we always get a lot. So in the course, in Alan Roberts' course, they always remind us that we are doctors, so we should be confident because the knowledge is there. but we are in a new country as well, and they approach things quite differently. The communication is quite different. So communication is also very important, and that's when I think they mentioned that it's a little bit subjective. Of course, if the role player or the patient likes you as a doctor, feels safe with you, feels comfortable, then that's also a big plus to pass the exam. So it's not all about saying all the facts, saying all the theories. You also need to have empathy. You also need to have good communication skills. I think it's a really big part of the examination. And yeah, so learning how they talk, learning the culture is very important because it helps with communication.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. That's very sincere as well, Tatiana. Giving them heads up overseas for those who are watching right now in the Philippines, in America, Canada, and the US as well. I mean, in the UK. I'm sure you've got some good nuggets here from Tatiana for whatever she has experienced all throughout her journey here, whilst reviewing and getting a job. Thank you so much for that, Tatiana. Now back to you, Alan.
Yes.
There's a question here.
Yes.
Since they've heard the journey of Tatiana right now, it's very inspiring. Love the attitude there, and they've they really want to know more about this ARIMGSAS. What are the services that you offer in this company, Alan?
Oh, we offer quite a lot of. We offer preparation for the written exam. There are three exams that the doctors like Tatiana have to pass. It's an English exam, which we don't have anything to do with, and then the written medical exam, and then the clinical exam. So with the written medical exam, we offer full-time courses and part-time courses, after-hour courses. The same with the clinical. We offer full-time courses and part-time courses after hours. And the after-hours courses, they're only been something that we've been doing since COVID started. We virtually adapted to fit in with COVID. And we find that in that course, at least half the doctors are usually working as doctors. So, Lee, you probably don't know, after they pass the written exam and they've got an English exam, then if you're lucky enough, you can get a job as a doctor, as either a GP or like Tatiana in the hospital. And then you get what they call a temporary registration for 4 years, and then you have to pass the clinical exam within that 4 years. And so a number of those doctors that join our after hours course, because they're working during the day, and our course runs from 7 till 9 at night, so they can attend after work. And so that's quite a good experience for a lot of doctors, because even ones that are not working, they get the benefit of the people in the course that are working. So they get the benefit of the tutors in the course, but they get the benefit from the experience of the doctors that are actually working in the system and seeing how they're coping and what life's like. We also do trial exams all the time, where they're trial exams where people are preparing for these clinical exams and the written exam. We run trial exams constantly. We also run workshops like women's health workshop. We also run understanding ECGs, physical examination workshops where people can examine mannequins like they do in the exam. So we've got all the sorts of mannequins here that they can practice on to do their physical examinations. We run a number of free workshops. Like we've got a professor who's a professor of surgery. He runs free after hours classes to anyone that wants to do them. He's a semi-retired professor and he just likes teaching. So we've organised that where people can join in and they get the link and they can do those free of charge.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah, and we also run. What else do we? Advanced life support, basic life support. Yep.
Yeah, the ALS, and VLS.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, all of those sort of things that are an IV cannulation. The reason why we run all of those, they're all extras to help people get a job. So if you've done an advanced life support course and you're looking for a job and someone else has looking for the same job that hasn't done it, they're more than likely to take the one that's done advanced life support. So all of those sort of options. And plus, we also give support for people when they want to prepare their CVs after they've finished and they're looking for job. Also, job interviewing skills, we also help prepare with that. So virtually, we try to organise programs from the beginning right until the time that they start working.
Beautiful.
And we're with them. That's one of our mottos. Doesn't matter, like Tatiana said, whether you're doing our course or not. Once you've done a course with us, then you're part of our family. So we then want to look after you until you get into the workforce and start working. Then we leave you alone. Yeah.
That sounds really good, Alan. Like, it's not just really a company, an institution. It's really a family and an extended family for all these overseas doctors as well who came to Australia, not knowing about the culture and their, and the path that they're going to, and they're going to be going through as well. So thank you for, establishing this company.
When they've finished the courses too, we make rooms available here where people can come in and study together too. So they come in and
that's really fun as well.
Yeah, they practice.
It's really good.
They're doing physical examinations on each other, all sorts of things like that. So we make available our premises. It's not our premises, it's their premises. Yeah.
That's good. How I wish one day, if our lockdown is over here in Melbourne and Victoria, I could come and pass by at your institution. We can show around. We can show around your simulation area where the classrooms are and all that. At least we can add it here on our YouTube channel as well to give them a bit of, a scenario of what ARIMGSAS is all about. Not just into like words and all these things. They can see physically, even through online. They can see you guys and they can, see that it's really a good establishment too. Beautiful. Now there's a question here for Tiana, but before that, I would like to say hello to Ran. I don't know what's your name really, but Ran Turtle here say you got this. And Crush Deep Kaur says ARIMGSAS pass rate is really high. Thank you. I'm sure it is really high. Because I know a lot of people who have been in, who have reviewed through your ARIMGSAS. We're very happy and very much established right now, Alan. So salute to you. Hats off to you, Alan, and the rest of the staff. Now, Tatiana, back to you before I ask Alan in a second. There's a question here from my messenger. Let me just read it. Please ask Tatiana about this. Okay. Now, when you came from to Australia from the Philippines, what was your visa? And since you've mentioned it's costly here in, doing this review and not having a job, with that visa, were you able to work? I think they're in a bit of a stress right now, but I'm sure there's always a way. Tatiana, it's for you.
Yes. My visa, it's quite different. I came here through a partner. So it was a partner visa. And once you land here, you're on a bridging visa and you have rights to work. However, hospitals usually are not familiar with the bridging visa, and they only know about permanent and working visa. So you always have to expound in your cover letter that I have a bridging visa and this allows me to work. So
that's right. Bridging visa is like a visa, like whilst waiting for your other visa, you're allowed to stay legally in this country and continue to do whatever you're doing as well. So that's a bridging visa. That's good. And to add to that, yes, Alan? Yes, Alan.
Before COVID, I'd say that half the people that we used to get coming in from overseas, their visa was a visitor's visa.
Business visa. Okay. Visitor's visa. That's good. Yeah. That's good to know. So you can do that as well, guys, because for those who are tuning in right now. And also, as far as I know, you could also come here with having a work visa too. So it should be all right. So work visa, visitor visa, or if you have a partner here already in Australia, you can come as a partner visa and then have a bridging visa as well in order for you to
Lee, all the courses are online now. All the courses are online. So it doesn't matter whether you're in the Philippines or anywhere. They're all live classes. As long as you can sort out the time difference, people can attend the classes. And what happens now, you can even take the exam in the Philippines, for example.
In the Philippines, for
both
example,
the written and the clinical exam. The Australian Medical Council has organised all the exams online now. So people can do their MCQ and their clinical exam virtually online. And
That's
then
good.
if they passed all of those for whichever country they're in, then if they happen to pick up a job, then the hospital can support them in getting a visa to come into Australia to work in the hospital. This is not I had one just recently from India, did that, passed all the exams in India, then got a job at Barwon, at Frankston Hospital, Peninsula Health, and in Peninsula Health helped them with their visa to come to Australia.
Wow, that sounds really good, because doctors are really in demand here in this country. We need more doctors here. We need more doctors.
Yeah.
A lot of doctors are actually retiring, so we need you guys. So please don't hesitate. You can also keep in touch with me, so I can redirect you to Alan Roberts and the team as well. That's really good, Alan. Now, Tatiana, thank you for that a while ago. Someone said thank you here, and it's very clear as well that they can also come here, not just for having a partner visa, but also visitor visa and, of course, work visa. Okay, cool.
And student visa too.
And student visa as well. Now, for visa purposes as well, guys, for all who are tuning in right now, you can reach out to me as well, as I am with Way to Oz Migration Services and Student Support. And I'm also a school or student agent as well. So you can reach out to me too. Now, Alan, someone's asking about the classes, right?
Yes.
Do you do classes Monday to Friday and they have a day off on Saturday and Sunday? So they can,
look,
they can socialize?
Our thing, Lee, not too much. No, our philosophy is to pass this exam. That's the main aim. Everything is geared towards passing the exam. So
good. If
it's a full-time course, it's 6 days a week.
6 days a week, okay.
9 till 5 pretty much. And 1 day. So there's only 1 day off each week.
1 day of each week. I'm sure they can nail this.
That's for the full-time course. After hours one, it's 4 days a week and from 7 till 9, and then 1 day on the weekend, and then the other days off. It's not such intensive, but the full-time courses like the one Tatiana did, it's pretty intensive. Okay. But again, like I said, everything's geared towards them passing the exam, pushing them through, not about making it a social, even the day off, you'll find that people are studying.
And studying, I'm sure. And they're all used to this, Alan, as we're in the medical field, studying all the time, reviewing is really good to increase more their confidence in passing the exam. So I don't think that could be a problem. If they want to socialize, then socialize. And they're very lucky they've got 1 day off. With doctors sometimes, you could hardly have a day off. Like even me as a nurse, it's really hard, especially if you're on call all the time. But I'm sure they can all nail this. It's easier for them. Even if you guys, for all those who are tuning in, it will be easier for you to do the transition coming here, even though it's a different culture. But the studying, you've got already your foundation of your knowledge and skills. It's about brushing up each of your skills and knowledge as well whilst you are actually studying through ARIMGSAS. So that's really good to know. Thanks, Alan. I think there's another question here. Let me just have a look. Now, you've already mentioned about the training strategies do you provide. You've got simulation, you've got different quizzes as well, Alan, right? And you've got different trainings that you do, which is really good. Simulation is very important, isn't it?
The way we teach virtually is that the tutor will give a talk on a particular topic, and then with that talk, then they'll pick one of the students in the class. The lecturer will be the examiner and the patient, and the person in the class will be the role player, like the doctor.
Yes,
so
that's
they'll
right.
do that role play under exam pressure in front of everyone else in the class, in front of the tutor as well, on that particular topic. And they might do 2 or 3 of those role plays, and then the tutor will talk about what things they've done really well, what sort of things needs to have extra work on. So everyone in the group gets actually constant exam practice under that sort of pressure, because believe it or not, they feel a lot of pressure from their peers when they're in a group of 20, say, for example, and they're doing a role play in front of 20 other doctors. It's a lot of pressure, but it's nothing like the pressure you'll feel in the exam.
Okay, so that's good to know.
It's good preparation for the pressure you're going to feel in the exam. So the exam, for the clinical exam that Tatiana passed, They set 16 cases, 2 of them research questions, and then they have to pass 10 out of the other 14.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you for that, Alan. Thank you for that. Now, Tatiana, there are a few doctors here from overseas asking me to ask you, when you're doing this review, right? Let me just have a look. What was like the most? What are your tips? What are your tips in order for you to pass the exam? Is it focused more on because it's more on OSCEs, isn't it? Like you do different tables as well, something like that, and you have different scenarios. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. What could be your tip? Yeah. Thank you for that, Alan. What could be your tips, advices for them to pass this exam? Especially it's kind of different way of running an exam compared in other countries.
So learn the approach, how the Aussies do it, because now that I started breaking, I realized that what I learned from Alan Roberts from ARIMGSAS is actually the way that local graduates approach patients as well. So it is the same. So what ARIMGSAS was teaching was the same approach of how local graduates approach patients and cases here. Another thing is that practice communication. One thing that Alan mentioned was the role playing. So we only get 8 minutes at each case. So you don't even complete the 8 minutes because 1 minute you're reading the question and another minute you're still thinking. So in 6 minutes, you need to include everything. You need to assess, you need to do physical examination, and then you need to diagnose and you need to treat, all in a short period of time. So that's why role play is important. That's why having a title is important. So role play means you study with your partner. He gives you a case. You answer back in less than 8 minutes because it makes you think quicker. It makes you speak quicker as well and direct to the point. Even if you have the knowledge, if you're not able to communicate it at a timely manner, if you're not able to communicate it the way that the examiner understands, then it's good for nothing. So practice as well. Practice.
True. Practice makes it more perfect. So it's more on critical thinking, isn't it? Right? You've got a scenario. You've got to think really quickly. Obviously, critical thinking. Same with nursing as well. They do that too. Same principle with OSCEs as well. Now, with that, Tatiana, since you've done the face-to-face, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, obviously, before the lockdown. Very lucky. Now, what could be your advice for those overseas doctors who are really looking forward to do this online? Because Alan has mentioned that ARIMGSAS is actually doing this online now. You don't have to travel to Australia whilst reviewing. So what could be your advice for each one of them? I know all of them right now who are tuning in are very intelligent, knowing what to do, but anything that you want to share to them?
So I also get a lot of questions from my colleagues who are wanting to migrate because of maybe many reasons, personal reasons, or the situation where our country is, country where we're from. So I think the tip is the perfect timing to do anything is now. You should start now. Do your research now, start studying now, and grab every opportunity to learn, even if it's online, even if you have to take the exam online. Do it now, because you couldn't wait for the pandemic to be over, or you couldn't you don't have the luxury of wasting time.
Good.
And if you do it now, then the sooner you will get your rewards or reap your rewards at the end, which is starting to work here and earn money, and you're gonna start building houses, and you're basically living a good life.
True. Sacrifice a little and then you'll rejoice after that. So, it's good. Thank you so much for that, Tatiana. Very well said, very sincere. Now, back to you, Alan.
Yes.
Now that they have heard a lot of beautiful and good nuggets today, and I'm sure they're all excited now to pursue their dream here in Australia, how to enroll and what are the requirements, please?
So, Tati, Lee, I think you've put our website down there.
Yes.
So
That's
I
right.
think if anyone wants to go to our website, they can enroll on any of our courses. It gives comprehensive list of what courses we do, and everyone can enroll on that through that website. Or if the telephone number's there too, they can call at any time, and then they can enroll with the people here that are answering the phones as well. So there are many options there that they can enroll. It's just, I think probably the easiest is to go to the website and enroll there, and they can pay through the website as well. They can see what's available there. All the course dates are there, so they can really do all their planning from the website. Yeah.
Lovely.
How did you enroll, Tatiana, through the website, or
how did you enroll, Tatiana?
I think I called.
Call? Okay.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. That's good to know. And is there anything else, Alan?
No, I think
okay, good.
That's
Beautiful. So for those who really want to, try and, test the water here in Australia, I mean, find your luck here in Australia. Why not? It's not too late, guys. And you can also keep in touch with me. Yes?
Lee, too, what we also do, we organise a trial class. So if anyone's not sure what they want to do, they can contact us, just send us an email, and they can sit in one of the classes for the written exam or one of the classes for the clinical exam. So
that's good to know.
We make a particular date, then we might have as many as 10, 12, 14 people extras sitting in the class, and they actually see and experience what the class is like.
Beautiful.
And if they want to enroll after that, they can enroll after that.
Yes.
It's no cost.
The option.
It's just an experience for them to see what's going on. And we
it's
teach
free,
in clusters.
Say?
It's free.
It's free. Good.
We teach in clusters too. So
that's good.
In that way, that we cover a lot of topics within a group. So that way we feel that it's better, that doesn't matter where the exam takes you, you'll be prepared for it.
Lovely. There's a quick question here again, Alan.
Yes.
Since you are ARIMGSAS runs online teaching right now, how do you do the simulation? Do you have an app that you actually let them practice, like a medical simulation or anything like that, so they can practice simulation whilst they're actually reviewing? There's a question here from one of the doctors overseas.
Well, say we might use one of our mannequins, put it there. We can have a tutor might be doing it, and they might have the mannequin there, and they'll be demonstrating what they're doing while they're teaching it on the mannequin. Yeah.
Okay. So
and then the person that's online, they can also make something there where they can practice themselves. For an example, it might be breast examination. So even though the tutor's doing on a mannequin here, they could have something that simulates a breast where they could be practicing at the same time when the teaching's going on. Yeah.
That's good. So there's still interaction even if it's online anyway. So nothing is impossible.
No,
nothing
it's all live classes too. We don't record it.
It's not recorded. No, okay. So don't miss it, guys.
But they have, once they join, they have access to all the lecture notes. They have access to all the slides that are presented on the day, but everything's live, not recorded. Yeah.
That's okay. At least, they can jump in as well, even if it's live. That's good. That's good. That's good to know.
The other thing too, because I've been doing it so long, I have a good connection with the Australian Medical Council too. So often if people are having any issues with the Australian Medical Council, I can help them with that. And also sometimes the Australian Medical Council, particularly with the clinical exam, they put on extra exams. And then they might let us know, look, we're putting on an extra exam. Any of your candidates want to do the exam? So we have being able to give people access to examinations that otherwise they might not be able to. Yeah.
Wow, what an opportunity, Alan. It's just everything is on a big plate right now. Beautiful. Thank you for offering this as well. And guys, I'm sure you're all excited. Please reach out to us here. You can also message me on my YouTube channel, Motivationalee, only here. Okay. Now, Tatiana,
Yes.
Since you already experienced your face-to-face with reviewing at Alan Roberts institution a few years back, what do you think? What do you think that makes this company of Alan excel? In your own, in your own words, from the very bottom of your hearts, why not? What makes this company excel in Australia, globally? Right, Alan? Am I right?
Yeah, that's true.
In
Yeah.
Australia, good.
So I think the first thing that comes to my mind is that first, Alan opens his office to every one of us. After you finish the course, he said, yes, you can come there and review. Second is that he is very approachable. The whole company is. Anyone you need anything after the exams, or if you have problems with the AMC, you need scheduling for the exams, you can always come to ARIMGSAS, and they will definitely help you. And I think that sets them apart from the other companies, because here you feel like you have a direct line with them, and that you're always heard, and you feel like you're not being left alone.
True. Thank you for that, Tatiana. It's the
And
right
Lee,
place.
Lee
Yes,
too,
Ellen.
just to add to what Tatiana said too, that all 90% of our tutors are all overseas doctors because they understand what this exam's all about. So we go, like Tatiana, for example, when she was looking for a job, we give the past students, particularly if we're impressed with them, we give them the opportunity to teach as well. So not only do they get the experience of teaching, but they also gives them the opportunity to earn some money as well while they're looking for their own job. Plus,
There
it's
you go.
really not only that they get that benefit of looking for earning some money, but also it gives them confidence teaching other people. It improves their communication skills. Plus, if I'm doing any referee reports, which I do for a lot of these people, like I did for Tatiana too, that then one of the things they always ask me, have they taught for you? So they know, it's a skill that's valued in the medical profession because they're going to teach for life. Like Tatiana now will teach other people that are there in her ED department, or they might be teaching interns, things like that. If you're working as a GP and you're a fellow, you'll be teaching other GPs. So it's a skill that you're going to have for the rest of your life.
It's paying it forward as well. It's good.
Yeah.
Again, it continue with your mission and vision from one doctor to another. It's so good. You've started it. You've started the root already, Alan, and it grows bigger. And because of you, you are trying to align your purpose to other people as well, so they find the real meaning of why they migrated already here in Australia. It's not just because of being a doctor, but helping others too.
I've got access to tutors like I told you, I teach at Melbourne University too, and sometimes I brought some people in to teach, like local, like Australian people.
Yeah.
And they might teach, but unless you understand what this exam's about, it doesn't work. That's why I prefer to have people like Tatiana and others that have done the exam, because I understand what are the things you need to get through this exam. It's not just sort of where you're just teaching facts and things like that. It's a way that to emphasize the things that you've got to look out for when you're doing this exam. What sort of things you've got to emphasize on when you're doing this exam. What sort of things you've got to be careful about when you're doing this sort of exam. And the best people that know that are the overseas doctors, because they've been through it, they've experienced it, and they can pass that on.
I love that. You are not alone whilst reviewing, whilst studying, guys.
No.
They
And
all work together.
They're sitting in the class and they're thinking, I can be where that tutor is in a very short period of time. Tutor's working. That tutor's teaching me now. In a short period of time, I can be there. And more importantly, they were where I'm sitting not long ago.
That's right. Yeah, great. You know what, Alan? The good thing about your company is that you don't just create excellent doctors, but you create a beautiful family wherein, they become an inspiration to one another to pursue their dreams and helping each other, aligning one another's knowledge and skills and helping each other to grow better professionally and personally. And thank you for starting this company. Well done. And someone here saying, Crush Deep Kaur, thank you so much for dropping by. He says, all the courses, workshops, observerships, and trial exams, which gives doctors an exposure to become a medical practitioner here in Australia. Well done. Thank you, Crush Deep. Thank you so much for dropping by. That's good. Thanks for the support. Now, I really hate to end this because I would love to talk to you all day, but obviously, you've got other things to do. But I think we've got all the golden nuggets today anyways. And any one of you, between you, Alan and Tatiana, would you like to, again, invite everyone, your special message to everyone before I wrap this up?
One thing I forgot to mention too, Lee, is that for the written course, if they do the course and then they feel they're still not prepared for the exam, we let them do the course again free of charge.
Wow. Free of charge, guys.
Free of charge,
free of charge.
Just to, and for anyone that's interested, Lee, I'm doing a webinar on Wednesday at 2:00.
Wednesday, right?
This Wednesday. Anyone,
22nd.
11 o'clock, sorry. If
11 a.m.
Any doctors, they can just, I don't know how they register.
Register through website?
Oh, they register through the website.
Okay, cool. 11 o'clock webinar, and this coming 22nd of September, which is Wednesday. Good. With your staff, right? Or with you as well?
Yeah, with me, and usually I get some doctors that are like Tatiana give their experience as well.
I'll make sure I'll write it down on the bio as well later on to remind people. Those who are actually watching the recorded, they could also have the access there.
Thanks,
no problem at all. Thank you so much. So anyone from each one of you wants to, give a special message or invite people to enroll before I wrap this up?
Well,
whether Alan or Tatiana?
I'd love anyone that's interested in a course. We've got a clinical course starting next Monday, 10-week clinical course. If anyone's interested, and if they've attended this session, Lee, and they want to join that 10-week clinical course, tell them to send us an email and we'll do a special deal for them if they've attended this session. Beautiful.
That's good. And maybe they can put there as a reference Motivationalee so that you can see they've got this information from YouTube.
And we'll look after them with a nice discount. Yeah.
That's good. Beautiful. So guys, if you're tuning in, just type Motivationalee, which is my YouTube channel, so that Alan would know where did you get the information as well. Beautiful. Thank you for that. And Tatiana, do you have any special message to everyone, overseas doctors who are actually excited right now?
I think that for everyone, for all IMGs who want to work here in Australia, I think the best time to start is now. Do it.
That's right.
It's not going to be an easy journey. By the end of that journey is a very you will fully reap the rewards of all your sacrifices. So do it now.
Love that. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for that courage, Remove all your self-doubts now, guys. Today is the day. This year is the year. Self-doubt can kill your dreams more than failing. So please act now. Thank you so much for that. Now, Alan, do you have any more special message to the older viewers, or shall I continue wrapping this up?
No, I think
you're all good.
I'm good, yeah. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thanks for doing this, Leah. Thank you, Tatiana.
Thank you, Tatiana. But don't leave yet. Just sit back and relax. I'll just wrap this up. Thank you once again, Alan Roberts, and of course, Tatiana Rivera for keeping me company as well all throughout this discussion when it comes to, making someone's dream to come true, practicing becoming a medical practitioner here in Australia. So guys, what you have actually listened right now during the discussion today, and this year is the year, turn your vision into reality. Act now. Because you know what, guys? A goal without a plan will always be a dream, will remain as a dream. So please have your vision right now, have that compelling vision, make it into reality. Anything is possible as long as you believe that you can. All right. So make sure as well, guys, that you click the like button. Please share and subscribe. And always remember that this channel is intended to inspire, motivate, and create an impact. So please, guys, for those who are tuning in, don't forget, a goal without a plan is only a dream. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is once again Lee on Motivationalee. See you again next time on our live podcast. Thank you so much, Alan and Tatiana. Have a
Thank
good day,
you.
everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.